Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to greet you all wherever you are. I know God has protected you for all these years and the months, and I know all is well with you. Those of you who could remember the very series that I brought last year, and the title was "Who is the Enemy?" I know very sure that those of you who saw that video might have sat down to analyze it and perhaps came out with the answer who the enemy really was. And again, today I'm going to talk about two young couples from Ghana, and precisely in the Ashanti region. I wouldn't like to make mention of the exact village where they were born. This is because when I do so, the parents might perhaps have the opportunity to see this video, and it might remind them of something which was very, very painful. Now, what happened to these two people? The woman, they were married, customary marriage. The woman had a chance to travel to Europe, precisely Germany. After 1 or 2 years later, she was able to arrange for the husband to join her. When the husband came, he found out that the woman was without papers. So both of them sat down to ask what they can do. And the woman said, here in Europe, unless, of course, you get married to somebody who is an European or a German, and then you can get your papers. But it's only when you are going to allow me to do that. The husband thought of it and said, okay, if you think that is the only way that you could help us survive, then I wouldn't hesitate to give you the chance to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, the man supported the woman, and at the end, she got somebody to marry, and fortunately for her, she had her papers. As time went on, this man was not able to work because without papers. Unless, of course, he also is able to marry somebody to get the same papers, which is a situation many of you are very much aware. Now, he sat down with the woman and decided to marry somebody as she did. But this woman would not accept it. She was not very comfortable about what the man said, thinking perhaps when he gets married to another woman, at the end of the day, he might divorce her and marry that woman. So the woman was always, not feeling comfortable. But the man insisted to do so. So one day, the man went out and found a woman. They met at a cafe, and all of a sudden this woman came there, fought with her, and drove her out. The husband was very angry, very, very angry. But he didn't say anything. He went home. A week later, the same thing happened when the man found another woman. This same wife came and fought against the woman and drove her out. So when they went home, the man told the woman, listen, what you are doing, I'll be compelled to do something you will never ever forget in your life. Why is it that I allowed you to marry somebody to get your papers? And today, since about 3 years that I have been with you, I cannot work because I don't have those documents. and now you are refusing to allow me to get married to someone else so that I also can get my papers. Why did you do that? There was no answer. The following week, this guy went out again and saw another woman. That is the third person. Whilst they were chatting at a cafe, the woman, because he has been, tempting them, watching their movements and so forth, she knew exactly in which cafeteria they are, and therefore she went there for the woman again and drove her out. And this time, now listen to what happened. The man went home very angry and sat down. The woman came in later, and when she came, without even greeting the man, she went straight to the kitchen wanting to prepare some food for them to eat. But they had a child 2 years old. They had a child 2 years old. So the man stood up, left the child in the sofa, and went straight to the kitchen and questioned the woman where she has been for so long. And the woman said, you have no right whatsoever to ask me where I was. So the man said, look, let me tell you once and for all, if you don't allow me to have any woman to marry so that I'll get my papers, I will deal with you, and what will happen, you will never ever forget in your life. The man, thinking that the woman will accept the issue and give in, the woman said, you can do whatever you want. I will not accept that idea. He said, okay. So the man just looked on the right hand side and found the knife that the woman had wanted to cook. He was so confused, so angry, and you can just imagine. And took the knife and started stabbing the woman. He stabbed the woman 38 times while she was lying on the floor, stabbing her 38 times on the chest. Later, the man found out that the woman was not dead. And the child, the baby boy, was crying, Papa, stop that, stop that. Papa, stop that. Nobody in the house was able to come to her rescue. So at the end of the day, the man found out, despite all those knives, the best thing for him to do is to cut up the head. So he cut up the head from the body, and there was silence in the room. At the same time, the woman, the young boy, their son, was crying, Papa. So he hit the child, and the child fell on the floor. And he started stamping on the child's ribs with both legs. Got it broken, and the child died instant. Now, the man found out what he has done, so the best thing for him to do is to go out to a neighboring village where he found a tram, we call tram, a small train, passing, and then he threw himself in front of the train, and the train damaged the whole body into pieces. It is like how you slaughter a goat and they cut it into pieces. When I heard the story, I was able to rush to the place. And when I came to the scene, I saw the woman lying down in a pool of blood. I asked myself, oh God, what might have conspired? What went wrong that two young couples will end up their life this way? Then I went out to the neighbors, asking them why they sat down here and they could not do anything. And the one gentleman told me, the one who has his window just close to their kitchen, he was monitoring all what was going on. So he told me, listen, anytime these couples are fighting and you go there to separate them, they will tell you to walk out. It has happened twice, and this time we don't want to have any trouble. But I said, at least we would have called the police. He said, no, it is their problem. In fact, I was so sad and I couldn't know what to do. Then I asked myself, why? At that very moment, when I saw what happened, I asked myself, who actually was their enemy at that very moment? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to come out with your answers. And then I will meet you in the next series. My name is Reverend Prince Aidoo. God bless you all. Thank you.